Welcome back to another show and tell video. Today we're looking at 3 examples of carry handles for the AR platform, or the M4 platform as well, whichever one has a flat top rail receiver that will accept the carry handle. And we're going to take a look at these. All have the A2 style sight, but they also have a little bit of differences between each of them. And there are other brands that manufacture them, but these are 3 fairly common examples that are out there. So let's go ahead and go through them real quick. We have one from a Colt, one from an FN, and a commercial one. This one just happens to be from Guntec, also known as Guntec USA. So, if we look at the Colt, this is the oldest out of the 3. And you can see here with the A2 style sight, you got your up-down markings, your adjustment for windage. This just happens to have a forge marking right there. You can see how the attachments are. Round bolts, a very small pinhole, the base attachment for the height adjustment, distance adjustment, however you want to call it, range, and the flip peep sight with different apertures. Hear the sounds of the clicks, and right now I'm leaving it at the 0 mark right there, the Z. If I flip it over, you can see it's offset on this side over this pinhole at the 5 for 500 yard mark. Taking a quick look here at the FN. Similarly, if we hold it back against this one, you got your up-down markings. Pretty similar shape on the actual sight body, as well as similar apertures. This one has deeper markings, the Colt, than the FN. Different forge marking. And 0 marking is a lot smaller, you can see on that rotating knob, than on the Colt. You can see about the clicks, similar sounding click. And leaving on the Z mark aligns the 5 over the pinhole. Now, one thing that stands out right away physically, if we look at the hole for the handle itself, you may notice very slightly that the FN here in my left hand is more squared off than the Colt, and more apparent on the outside. Notice the dimensions of the thickness of the metal on the FN versus the older Colt. The Colt is a lot thinner than the FN. Also, you can see here, if I align the knobs, you can see that the Colt is cut farther back because of that curve as well. Something interesting there. Similarly, on the other side of the opening for the carry portion of the handle, notice that the FN is more squared off than the rounder Colt. Okay, let's look at the commercial version from Guntec. Now, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be mil-spec or not, but you can see that this finish was subject to a lot more wear than these hard phosphate finishes. This appears to be anodized and is showing wear. It does have the similar profile of the squared off opening, but it also appears to be even more square than the FN, and definitely a lot more square than the Colt version. That stands off right away. Similar pattern of sight, although the sight body appears to be also anodized. Similar markings, but now I say a difference on the knob. You can see that the numbers are painted on with this kind of a shiny silver paint. It's here for the clicks. Different style of detent. It's a little bit mushier, I think, too. Now, notice I have a little bit of difficulty getting it back to the furthest adjustment here, and moving it to the 0 is a little vague. So there it is, right over this pinhole with the Z mark for the 0. But if you notice, the 5 is not aligned over this pinhole. So I'm not sure what sort of differences we got going on there. I also notice that this one has a little bit of play. You can see that as well. Looking at the bottoms, working our way backwards, the Colt and FM are pretty similar with the small pins and the attachment point base for the rear sight. Look down there. This one might be seated just a little bit deeper. But this one, the Guntec, they use a large pinhole and looks like a retention screw. And then they put it also on the rear sight base attachment point right there. So those are the main differences between, oh no, one more. Notice, okay, I put these back on the tighter apertures. I don't know if you can see that. Try to put my finger there. Notice that the aperture on the Guntec is a lot smaller than on both the FN and on the Colt. You see definitely a size difference between the apertures. So just something to note when looking for possibly a carry handle for making a retro type of upper that would support a carry handle, if that's what you're going for. 3 different examples right here: Guntec USA, FN, and Colt. So it's been another show and tell video. Feel free to check out other show and tell videos on the channel. We also do unboxing videos occasionally, as well as a selection of book review, media reviews, and full muzzle to rear walkthroughs of uppers and other full items. Feel free to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.